A piercing shriek slices through the grand ballroom. Every guest goes silent. Chatter and music stop like someone yanked the power cord. In the center of the marble floor, a woman stands trembling, one hand clutching the shoulder of a wide-eyed little girl, the other resting on her pregnant belly. Her gaze is fixed on the tall, broad-shouldered man at the podium. He's Grant Kingston, a billionaire entrepreneur well known for philanthropic galas and lavish spending. He holds a gold microphone as if it's a lifeline, but right now, he looks like he'd prefer to vanish into thin air. The crowd stares at Evelyn Kingston Grant's wife. She's breathing hard, eyes brimming with betrayal. Everyone notices her dress is slightly wrinkled, her hair windblown, like she rushed here in a panic. The overhead chandeliers cast harsh lights on her face, highlighting raw pain. Then, next to Grant, stands Ariana Caldwell, his dazzling consultant. She wears a sleek, silver gown. On her left hand, a massive diamond ring sparkles under the lights. Evelyn's voice trembles. "Is this your fiancé, Grant?" She glances at Ariana's hand, heart pounding. "I'm only 7 months pregnant with your child," but sure announced an engagement. Her words drip with fury, saturated by heartbreak. The audience collectively gasps. Cameras flash from every angle. This was supposed to be a charity event for an early childhood literacy program. Now it's a battlefield. The tension feels like a coiled spring ready to snap. Grant's jaw tightens. He tries to speak, but the microphone squeals with feedback. He glances at Ariana. She crosses her arms, refusing to show any sign of fear. The ring on her finger glistens like an accusation. Across the room, Alan Nichols, Grant's longtime friend and legal advisor, mouths, "What the hell is happening?" He stands rooted, shock etched on his face. Guests murmur among themselves, a hissing wave of gossip rolling across the grand space. How can Grant be engaged when everyone knows Evelyn is his pregnant wife? Tears slip down Evelyn's cheeks. She releases the little girl's shoulder and points directly at Ariana. "That ring," she says, voice cracking. "Did you buy it with our money, Grant? You told me you were traveling for expansions in Europe, but you were building a life with her." Grant steps forward. He wants to take Evelyn's hand, but she recoils. The little girl, Lily, clutches her teddy bear, eyes darting around in confusion. She senses the grown-up's turmoil, but doesn't fully grasp it. Ariana smirks for just a split second. Cameras catch everything. Evelyn's face contorts with a mixture of anguish and anger. Then, with a trembling exhale, she gathers Lily into her arms, turns, and strides through the gawking crowd. Her heels click against the polished floor, each step echoing finality. Grant calls her name, but she doesn't stop. The hush in the ballroom is suffocating. Ariana lowers her gaze, suddenly aware hundreds of eyes are judging her. Meanwhile, the reporter lights start to glow. Microphones are raised. A tabloid journalist yells, "Grant, is this an affair? Are you engaged to your mistress?" Another voice demands. "What about your pregnant wife?" Grant stands frozen. He thought he could control everything. But in this single moment, the entire world sees his betrayal laid bare, and the night has only begun. If you think this is intense, you haven't seen or finding anything yet. 3 days later, Evelyn slumps on a worn armchair in her mother's living room, hands folded over her pregnant belly. Doris Bennett, her mother, paces nearby, every so often shooting sharp glances at the phone on the coffee table. Lily sleeps upstairs, oblivious to the fallout enveloping her parents. The overhead light casts an amber glow, reflecting the tense mood. Evelyn's phone buzzes for the 10th time in the last hour. She ignores it. It's Grant again. The media fiasco from the gala exploded across social networks and business headlines. Billionaire's double life exposed. One article screamed. Another tabloid claimed that Ariana was pregnant, too. The scandal overshadowed all of Grant's prior philanthropic good deeds. Now, everything he built stands on shaky ground. Through the living room window, Evelyn sees the headlights of a black SUV pull into the driveway. Doris purses her lips. "He's here," she mutters. Evelyn grips the arms of the chair. After the heartbreak and public humiliation, She doesn't know if she can face him, but Grant barges in before she can protest, escorted by Alan Nichols, who politely knocks before entering. Grant removes his coat. "Evelyn, please," he begins, stepping toward her with a trembling voice. "I need you to hear me out." His once confident posture is wilted, shoulders sagging under guilt. Evelyn doesn't rise, doesn't offer a greeting. Doris stands protectively behind her daughter, arms crossed, glaring. "You have 5 minutes," Evelyn says softly. Grant glances at Alan, who nods, signaling him to speak. "That ring Ariana flaunted, I never proposed. She twisted everything." Evelyn interrupts. "So you're saying she showed up at the gala with a random ring, expecting you to confirm an engagement you never agreed to?" Her tone drips skepticism. Grant flinches but continues. "I did buy her a piece of jewelry, a thank you gift for sealing a major deal. It wasn't an engagement ring. She upgraded it on her own. She's using the scandal for attention." The story sounds flimsy. Evelyn's mind flashes back to the way Ariana's eyes dared everyone to question her at the gala. She wonders if Ariana truly orchestrated this or if Grant is rewriting the narrative to evade blame. Doris snorts. "That's convenient. The press is calling her your mistress. Did you sleep with her?" An accusing silence descends. Grant stares at his feet. Alan shifts uncomfortably. The question rattles in Evelyn's chest. She searches her husband's face for any sign of truth, but all she sees is guilt. She realizes that even if this wasn't a formal proposal, something intimate definitely happened. She can't ignore the heartbreak any longer. Grant stammers, It was a mistake. I never meant a mistake or an ongoing affair." Evelyn challenges. The weight in the room crushes them all. She stands, pressing a hand to her belly, eyes blazing with suppressed anguish. "Grant, I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Our child is due in 2 months, and Lily is confused. Whatever we had, it might be gone." Her voice cracks, tears threatening to spill. "You did this," she concludes. "And now the entire world sees me as the betrayed wife of a cheating billionaire." She turns away, refusing to let him see her tears. Justice is nowhere to be found, only heartbreak. Alan steps forward, clearing his throat. "Look, this is a PR disaster." He begins, trying to keep a clinical tone. "Investors are panicking. The press is circling. We need to present a united front." He glances between Grant and Evelyn. "If you two can find a way to move forward, some kind of statement, maybe we can salvage your public image." Evelyn's eyes widen. "You're worried about his image." Her voice shakes with a mix of anger and disbelief. "He humiliated me in front of everyone. My child will see headlines about her father's betrayal, and you want me to do press conferences to fix his reputation?" Alan's jaw sets, but he remains polite. "I'm not defending his actions. Evelyn, I'm advising. If you want to protect your family's financial security, you both must act quickly. The scandal can sink everything you built. The company is tied to your name. Your marriage a brand that influences stocks, grants, charities. Doris can't hold back." "So you'd like my daughter to stand beside a cheating husband, smile for cameras, so he keeps his fortune? That's absurd." Grant rubs his eyes. Dark circles frame them, signs of sleepless nights. "Mom." He tries to address Doris, but she levels a glare that stops him cold. "Don't you mom me," she spits. "You lost that privilege the moment you disrespected my daughter." An uneasy hush follows. Evelyn takes a slow breath. Part of her wants to escape. Another part wants to rage at Grant for betraying everything sacred. Yet, she feels the unborn child kicking. She pictures Lily upstairs, searching for her voice in an empty hallway, asking questions about that ring. Evelyn wants stability for them both. But at what cost? Finally, she speaks, voice quivering. "Alan, even if I play along publicly, the truth remains. Grant broke our vows. My priority is protecting Lily and this baby." She presses a hand to her belly. "If that means walking away, I will." The finality in her tone rings like a distant thunderclap. Alan exhales. He looks at Grant. "Any last words? Because if she walks, The tabloids will devour you. Grant's face is ashen. I'm sorry, Evelyn. His voice is barely above a whisper. I didn't want this. I never wanted to hurt you. His eyes dart toward her swollen belly. I'm terrified of losing my family. Evelyn studies his expression. She'd known him as the driven man who overcame adversity, the father who doted on Lily, the husband who once cradled her with such tenderness. Now she sees a stranger, an ambitious billionaire who succumbed to temptation. Terror doesn't erase betrayal. She replies quietly. Alan's phone buzzes. He glances at the screen, grimacing. Presses outside. They spotted Grant's car. You need to decide how to handle them. Doris quickly peers through the curtains. Bright camera lights flicker in the driveway. Reporters jostle for position. The tension in the room thickens, pressing on each breath they take. Grant meets Evelyn's eyes, voice cracking. Just 5 minutes in front of them. Say we're working through personal matters. Please. Evelyn looks away, heart pounding. She doesn't respond. Instead, she slips out of the living room, leaving Grant behind with a swirl of regret and shame. The front door slams moments later. Voices rise outside as the paparazzi converge. No matter what she chooses, Evelyn realizes one thing. The illusions of a perfect marriage have shattered, and the world is watching, hungry for scandal, ready to judge. Evelyn stands in the upstairs hallway, leaning against a framed photograph of her wedding day. In that picture, she and Grant are all smiles, fresh-faced college sweethearts. She can't stop replaying the disastrous gala in her head, the weight of Ariana's ring like a dagger to her heart. Lily's bedroom door is cracked open. She can hear the soft hum of lullabies from an old music box. Through the window, she sees camera flashes painting the front yard in harsh white bursts. The reporters have formed a semicircle around Grant, shouting questions. Evelyn can't hear his answers, but she imagines the smooth half-truths rolling off his tongue. For years, she admired his ability to charm a crowd. Now that charm feels like poison. Quietly, she pushes Lily's door open. Her daughter lies asleep, her tiny hand clutching a stuffed penguin. Evelyn's heart clenches. How do you explain to a child that her father, the man she idolizes, may have broken the family? Soft footsteps behind her. Doris appears, placing a comforting hand on Evelyn's shoulder. You're not alone, she whispers. No matter what. Evelyn exhales, tears threatening to spill. I can't keep living like this, hiding from reporters, drowning in rumors. He had an affair. Mom, my entire life is unraveling. Doris pulls her into a hug. I know, sweetie. You have to decide what's best for you and the kids. Downstairs, the front door opens. Heavy footsteps. Grant calls out. They're gone. For now. Evelyn stiffens. Doris steps out of the bedroom, leaving mother and daughter in private. After a moment, Evelyn drapes a blanket over Lily and exits quietly, heading for the stairs. She finds Grant in the living room, staring at the scattered documents on the coffee table: prenatal bills, mortgage statements, her teaching credential forms she'd once planned to renew. He turns, anguish etched on his face. Evelyn, he begins, voice hoarse. Please come home. I'll fix this. But Evelyn shakes her head. She doesn't want more apologies. You said you didn't propose, she says, crossing her arms. But we both know it was more than business between you and Ariana. Silence. Grant rubs the back of his neck. Where do we go from here? He asks finally. She shrugs. I'm staying with Mom until the baby's born. After that, I'll reevaluate everything. He tries to reach for her hand, but she steps back. I'm not punishing you, she clarifies, voice calm. I'm protecting myself and Lily. Grant's eyes fill with regret. I still love you. The words hang in the air. Evelyn can't hold his gaze. She whispers, love isn't supposed to hurt like this. Then she brushes past him, heading to the kitchen to get some water. He stands there, shoulders slumped, uncertain if he's lost his family forever. Outside, headlights recede into the darkness as the last reporter drives away. But Evelyn feels no relief. Instead, an unsettling sense of injustice lingers. She's the wrong party, yet the burden falls on her to hold everything together or let it crumble. And deep down, she senses something bigger, some twisted ploy lurking just out of sight. Would you forgive if you were in her place? Think carefully. The real story is only starting. Before Grant was a billionaire, before Evelyn gave up everything to support him, there was a dusty garage in a small Ohio town where he first dreamed of success. He was a gangly teenager with an ailing father and a mother who worked 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. In those early years, poverty shaped him into a relentless striver. He vowed never to let money slip through his fingers. Evelyn came from a modest background too, but her parents were loving, steady. She was drawn to Grant's ambition when they met in college. Together, they formed an unstoppable duo. She put her own aspirations aside, believing in his grand vision of building a financial empire that would help people, not exploit them. She'd often recall how they'd stay up past midnight, scribbling business plans on napkins, fueled by cheap instant coffee and big hopes. Back then, Ariana Caldwell was just a name on obscure tech blogs. She was rumored to be a calculating risk-taker from a wealthy family that prized status above all else. Ariana's father was a venture capitalist who torpedoed more than one startup to maximize his returns. If Grant ever heard her name, it was in hushed stories about a cunning woman stamping on anyone to climb. He never imagined she'd cross his path, but cross it she did, 5 years ago. Just as Grant's new firm soared in valuation, Ariana showed up at a leadership conference. She was magnetic. She pitched him ideas for expansion, promising she could connect him with the biggest players in Silicon Valley. Intrigued by her confidence in the numbers she presented, Grant hired her as a consultant. He was hungry for growth, for respect, for proving to the world he'd escaped his meager roots. In his mind, Ariana symbolized access to that upper echelon. Evelyn felt a pang of unease the first time Ariana's name surfaced in conversation. "She's a genius," Grant would say. "With her help, we can triple the company's market share." Evelyn recognized the same drive she once admired in him. But Ariana's presence felt different, calculated. She'd show up to late-night meetings in fitted suits, pressing boundaries. She'd sign off emails with a winky face or drop insinuations about unresolved tension in front of staff. Grant laughed it off as her playful nature. Soon, rumors trickled through the firm. Ariana was more than a consultant. Evelyn confronted Grant. He dismissed it. "She's just bold," he insisted. "Nothing's happening." And for a while, Evelyn wanted to believe him. She watched as he took more trips, skipping family dinners to dine with clients in far-flung cities. She still saw glimpses of the sweet husband who once courted her with daisies he picked from a campus lawn. But cracks formed in their marriage. Now, with the gala scandal bringing everything to a head, Evelyn replays the past like a broken reel. She can see how Grant's hunger for validation paved the way for Ariana. She wonders if their love story was doomed the moment success overshadowed devotion. A different perspective emerges. Maybe she's not just the victim, and Grant not merely the villain. Maybe he's also a casualty of his own obsession, orchestrated by Ariana's skillful manipulations. If you were in Evelyn's shoes, would you walk away or try to forgive? The lines blur when hidden past surface. It's mid-morning in Doris's kitchen. The aroma of brewed coffee hangs in the air. Evelyn is scrolling through an old photo album, searching for glimmers of happiness. She sees images of Grant holding Lily as a newborn, beaming with genuine joy. Next to them, pictures from their modest wedding day. Memories bubble up Grant's trembling hands as he placed a plain gold band on her finger, promising a lifetime of honesty and love. A gentle knock on the back door interrupts. Evelyn looks up to see Alan Nichols stepping in. He's holding a manila folder. She almost forgot Alan's friendship with Grant predated the scandal. She beckons him to enter. "Coffee," she offers. He declines softly, face drawn. "I'm here off the record." Evelyn tenses. "What is it?" Alan sets the folder on the kitchen table. "Documents," he says, voice hushed. "I found them in Grant's private safe. They detail financial moves over the last 2 years. Transfers involving Ariana's shell companies. Large sums, too large to be normal consulting fees. Evelyn frowns, flipping open the folder. Page after page of wire transfers, some labeled international expansions, others with cryptic references. She's startled to see her name forged as a co-signer on one. Why would he use my name? Alan sighs, removing his glasses. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It could be a precaution in case the relationship with Ariana imploded. Maybe a measure to tie the finances to family accounts, but it's legally dubious. Evelyn's pulse quickens, so he might have gotten me entangled in something I never agreed to. Alan nods. If the media or regulators get wind of this, you'll be listed. The documents make it appear as if you knew about these transactions. Stunned, Evelyn closes the folder. A wave of betrayal sweeps over her again. Why are you telling me this? Aren't you on Grant's side? Alan meets her gaze. I'm on no one's side if it involves criminal risk. I'm Grant's legal advisor, but I won't let an innocent mother be collateral damage. You deserve to know. She feels sick. The money, the ring, the affair, now potential legal trouble. The mosaic of deception is bigger than she imagined. Grant always hated feeling powerless. She murmurs, did he think funneling funds would secure his next big break or keep Ariana loyal? Alan shrugs. Likely, she had powerful connections. He wanted the firm to dominate globally. We never suspected it'd go this far. Silence hangs thick. Finally, Evelyn flips the folder shut. Thank you, Alan. Her voice trembles. I appreciate your honesty. I need time to process. Alan stands, pressing a business card into her hand. Here's the number of a colleague who specializes in corporate law, just in case. As he leaves, Evelyn's mind spirals. Grant's betrayal was personal, but now it threatens legal repercussions. She wonders if Ariana orchestrated the financial arrangement to trap them both. Or maybe Grant acted alone, seduced by the promise of unstoppable success. Either way, the seeds of distrust run deeper than she thought. Behind her, the coffee pot sputters. The house feels too quiet. Outside, the sky looms gray, reflecting the storms swirling in her life. Evelyn gently rubs her pregnant belly, a silent vow forming. She won't let them destroy her family's future without a fight. Doris finds Evelyn on the porch later that afternoon, staring at the horizon with haunted eyes. The file of financial records rests on her lap. Doris pulls a blanket around her daughter's shoulders, concern etched on her face. Talk to me, she urges softly. Evelyn takes a shaky breath. Grant's finances are more tangled than I realized. She confesses, explaining the shell companies and suspicious wire transfers. She mentions Ariana's possible involvement, how it could implicate her. Doris looks outraged. That man, he's pulling you into a legal nightmare. You need to shield yourself. Evelyn rubs her temples. I know, Mom, but it's not just me. Our kids are part of this, too. If something goes wrong, I can't risk them losing everything. Doris's expression softens. If he truly loves you, he should have never put you in that position. Don't let guilt or fear be your cage. Do what you must. Later that night, Evelyn steps into her old childhood bedroom. Soft pink wallpaper from her teenage years peeks behind family photos. She reaches for her phone and dials Grant. Part of her wants to scream at him. Another part longs for the man she once believed he was. The call goes to voicemail. She imagines him in some high-rise office, possibly with Ariana. Pain twists her stomach. Finally, she tries a different approach. She calls a friend from college, Zoe Miller, who's now a financial crimes investigator. Zoe picks up, voice warm with surprise. Ev, gosh, it's been ages now. I've seen the news. I'm so sorry you're going through this. How can I help? Evelyn explains the documents, her fears, her unborn child. Zoe listens intently, then offers to discreetly review the paperwork. Email me what you have. I'll see if there's a trail we can follow. Relief floods Evelyn, at least momentarily. She's not alone in this mess. The next morning, Lily tugs at Evelyn's pajamas. Mommy, can I see Daddy today? Evelyn's heart clenches. She doesn't want Lily to sense the scale of their problems. We'll see, sweet pea, she says, voice tender. She distracts Lily with coloring books, but the question lingers in the air. Afternoon brings an unexpected phone call. Ariana Caldwell's voice, silky and cold, creeps across the line. "Evelyn, we need to talk," she says, as if they're old friends. Evelyn stiffens. "What could we possibly have to discuss?" Ariana's tone drips condescension. "Don't play naive. I'm done letting Grant pretend he can handle this alone. There's a bigger game at stake. I suggest we meet." Evelyn's hand trembles on the phone. "I have no interest in meeting you," she says evenly. Ariana chuckles. "Your name's on certain accounts. If you want to avoid trouble, you'll hear me out." She rattles off a time and location, a private lounge downtown. "Show up if you care about your future," she purrs before hanging up. A swirl of anger and dread churns in Evelyn's gut. She stares at the phone, torn. Meeting Ariana feels like dancing with a snake, but ignoring her might be riskier, especially if Ariana holds secrets that could exonerate or incriminate them all. Evelyn steadies herself. She's tired of hidden truths controlling her life. Maybe facing Ariana head-on is the only way to seize control of her destiny. Would you confront the woman who wrecked your marriage? If she could also save you. The low-lit lounge on River Heights Boulevard reeks of expensive perfume and false pretenses. Evelyn steps inside, ignoring the curious stares of well-dressed patrons. She spots Ariana at a corner booth, legs crossed, swirling a glass of red wine. A single overhead lamp casts dramatic shadows across her flawless face. Evelyn's pulse quickens, but she reminds herself she's here for answers. Ariana gestures for Evelyn to sit. "I'll skip formalities," she begins, voice husky with confidence. "Grant and I, let's just say lines were crossed, both in business and personal matters." She takes a sip of wine. Evelyn braces herself for the sting of hearing details about the affair. "You said my name is on certain accounts," Evelyn says, cutting to the chase. "Explain." Ariana sets her glass down and folds her manicured hands on the table. "Grant channeled money through offshore vehicles. Some are in your name to reduce his liability and taxes. Not a huge sum, but enough to raise eyebrows at the SEC. Evelyn's breath catches. "I never signed anything knowingly. He forged my signature." Or, Ariana lifts a shoulder in a careless shrug. "Possibly. Or maybe you did sign a stack of documents without reading. Wives do that sometimes." Evelyn bites her tongue, refusing to let Ariana's jabs rattle her. "So why call me here to gloat?" Ariana sighs dramatically. "Look, I'm not your enemy in this particular arena. If Grant goes down for financial crimes, it stains me too. I helped broker deals, but I have influence. I can negotiate with certain parties." Her gaze flickers to Evelyn's baby bump. "You're about to be a mother of two. Maybe you don't want your name dragged through the mud. Maybe we can help each other." Evelyn stares, perplexed. "Help each other after you parade around with an engagement ring, humiliating me in front of the world." Ariana arches a brow. "Humiliating you wasn't the goal. Making Grant realize my worth was. He was timid about fully committing to our business plan. I forced his hand." A wave of disgust washes over Evelyn. She sees it clearly. Ariana's brand of manipulation. No remorse, just calculation. "You're saying the ring fiasco was a ploy to push Grant's ambitions?" Ariana sniffs. "He was stalling on finalizing certain deals. I needed him to act or get out. He wouldn't do either." Evelyn clenches her fists. "So you baited him with the scandal?" Ariana gives a non-committal smile. "Something like that." Evelyn stands abruptly, face hot with anger. "I'm not going to be your pawn. I have a lawyer. If Grant committed fraud with my name, he'll pay." Ariana remains disturbingly calm. "And if evidence appears that you knew, that your signature is on the check, courts might not believe you so easily. Meanwhile, your children's inheritance shrivels. Be pragmatic, Evelyn. Testify against Grant, or work with me behind the scenes. We can both walk away with minimal damage." Evelyn's heart pounds. "You want me to betray my husband in court, or condone your manipulation? None of this is ethical." Ariana leans back, eyes gleaming. "Ethics, that's cute. You're dealing with high-stakes finance. Morals are ornamental. If you care about your kids, choose the lesser evil. Evelyn exhales shakily, appalled. I won't be blackmailed. She manages. Ariana shrugs, picking up her wine. Suit yourself, but think carefully. Your next move decides everything. And Evelyn Ahmed rushes out of the lounge, nauseated. She grips her belly, protective. Ariana's words echo. Your next move decides everything. She realizes her collapsing world demands a strategy. But whom can she trust if even her husband might be forging her name early the next morning? Evelyn sits in her car outside Grant's company headquarters. The glass and steel tower looms over downtown, a testament to his once-rising empire. She decided to confront him directly, to see if he'll admit to forging her signature, to figure out how deeply Ariana's web spreads. As she enters the polished lobby, security guards give her sympathetic looks. Everyone saw the scandal blow up. He's on the 42nd floor, one guard says softly, letting her pass without question. Inside the elevator, her heart thumps. She rubs her pregnant belly, whispering, almost there, baby. Let's do this. When the doors slide open, she sees employees huddled in tense clusters. Their hushed voices stop as Evelyn walks by. Some avert their eyes. Others offer pitying smiles. She heads straight to Grant's office, where a tall assistant tries to stall her. He's in a meeting Evelyn brushes past. Grant is there, indeed in a meeting, with Ariana. They both whirl around, surprise etched on their faces. Ariana's lips curl into a sly grin. Grant's eyes dart between them, tension crackling. Evelyn, he starts. I didn't expect you two again, Evelyn says flatly, stepping inside and shutting the door. She faces Grant, ignoring Ariana's smug posture. We need to talk about the accounts. Did you forge my signature? Grant's face darkens. Evelyn, it's not what you think. Ariana, could you? Ariana cuts him off. I told you she'd find out. Maybe now you'll handle this properly. Evelyn's hands shake with anger. So it's true, Grant swallows hard. We used your name for certain expansions. But it wasn't forging exactly. We had your power of attorney from that time you were recovering from Lily's birth. Remember you signed those forms without reading? I didn't want to burden you with details. Evelyn's breath catches. She recalls signing a cluster of documents after Lily was born prematurely, trusting Grant blindly. You tricked me, she murmurs, heartbreak overshadowing anger. Grant steps forward, desperation filling his eyes. I never meant to harm you. The deals were time sensitive. Ariana said it'd be simpler to route funds through different accounts. I truly thought it was a short-term measure. Ariana snorts. You see, he's spineless. Couldn't even face you with the truth. Evelyn turns to Ariana, scorn curling her lip. And you're so proud of this scheme, did you push him into it? Ariana flips her hair. He wanted success. I gave him the tools. Don't blame me for his lack of transparency. Grant's voice cracks. Stop. Both of you. He looks at Evelyn. I love you. This got out of control. I'm sorry. Evelyn's heart wrenches, recalling the man she once admired. But reality slams her. He's lied, manipulated finances, involved her in risky deals. She clenches her jaw. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Ariana checks her watch, bored. If you two are going to bicker, I have real work to do. Evelyn notices an open file on the desk labeled Offshore Partnerships. She recognizes her name in the header. Tension sears the air. Then Ariana picks up her purse. I'll let you two sort out your domestic meltdown. Remember, Evelyn, you can still join my side or risk the fallout. She leaves, her stiletto heels clicking in arrogant finality. Evelyn's nails bite into her palms. Is there even a side worth choosing anymore? Evelyn stares at Grant, tears pooling. Did you cheat on me with her, she demands. No more half-truths. Grant's shoulders slump. He rubs his temples, voice barely audible. Yes, it started months ago, but I ended it. She wouldn't let go. Evelyn feels her chest tighten. She'd suspected, but hearing it cuts deeper than any guess. So the ring, was that your idea or hers? Grant shakes his head, eyes pleading. She manipulated that entire stunt. I swear, I bought her a diamond bracelet for bringing in a major investor. Not a ring. She twisted it. I realize that doesn't excuse my stupidity or the affair. He drops into his chair, burying his face in his hands. I'm sorry, Dom. I'd take it back if I could. Evelyn breathes through the surge of betrayal, pressing a hand to her belly. She promised herself she wouldn't fall apart, but the tears spill anyway. You let her humiliate me publicly, she whispers. You risked our family's future for your greed, for your ego. Do you know how deep this wound goes? Grant looks up, tears in his own eyes. I know, and I deserve whatever you decide. If you want to divorce me, I'll sign anything. I want you to be safe. I want the kids to be provided for. Evelyn's anger flickers to sorrow. She loved this man once, deeply. Maybe a part of her still does, but the damage feels insurmountable. She straightens, wiping tears from her cheeks. I have found a lawyer, she says, and I shared those documents with a friend who can investigate the transactions. If there's a legal battle, I won't stand by you blindly. Grant nods, voice trembling. I understand. A sudden wave of dizziness hits Evelyn. She staggers, gripping the desk. Grant rushes to help, concern flooding his face. Are you okay? She tries to steady her breathing, pressing a hand to her abdomen. The baby kicks, responding to her stress. I'm fine, she pants. Just need air. Outside the office, employees pretend not to stare. She leans on Grant as they walk to the elevator, tension radiating from every corner. Once they reach the lobby, Grant guides her to a chair. Security offers water. Embarrassment and fatigue weigh her down. Suddenly, a shrill voice echoes. Ariana strides across the lobby, phone in hand. She's talking to someone, fuming about a frozen account. She stops cold upon seeing Evelyn and Grant. Well, she sneers. Looks like you beat me to the meltdown. Grant stiffens. What do you mean, frozen? Ariana scoffs. One of our offshore funds got flagged. Some compliance glitch. The funds are stuck. And your big investor, Mr. Langford, is threatening to pull out unless we clear this up immediately. She rolls her eyes. I told you, Grant. We needed to file that compliance paperwork weeks ago. A stab of panic hits Evelyn. If the accounts get audited, her name is on them. Could she be implicated? She stands, ignoring her shaky legs. I'm leaving, she announces. Grant, if you want to fix this, do it without me. I've got children to protect. She wavers, then steels herself. And don't contact me unless it's about Lily or the baby. She walks away, hearing Ariana hiss, You idiot, you should have listened to me. Then Grant mutters something back. Evelyn doesn't care anymore. She's done being collateral damage. Whatever comeback she seeks must start with her own strength and a plan to keep her family safe from their sins. Night falls on the Bennett's home. Evelyn sits at the kitchen table, phone in one hand, a legal pad in front of her. Names, numbers, and notes scrawl across the page. She's determined to unravel the financial knots without sinking with Grant. Lily plays quietly in the living room, building a tower from plastic blocks. Doris watches her granddaughter, giving Evelyn space to focus. Evelyn dials Zoe Miller's number. Her old friend answers on the second ring. I've got partial results, Zoe says. The funds in your name trace back to a Luxembourg account. It's complicated, but the withdrawal pattern suggests Ariana was moving money out for personal use. Possibly hush funds, bribes hard to say without a full audit. Evelyn exhales. So it's not just Grant misusing the accounts. Ariana might be laundering money through them. Zoe sounds grim. Yes, and if you want a silver lining, that could prove you didn't know. The forging or misrepresentation is on them. But it also means Ariana might threaten you to keep quiet. Evelyn scribbles notes. She bites her lip. Thank you, Zoe. Keep digging, please. They hang up. Exhaustion clings to Evelyn's bones. She's about to check on Lily when her phone buzzes a text from an unknown number. Meet me at the old construction site behind the Redwood docks. I have evidence. 9 p.m. Her heart leaps. Could it be Ariana or someone else? She can't ignore the possibility it's a trap, yet the message hints at tangible evidence, something that could free her from legal suspicion. She glances at Doris. Tension lines her face. Mom, can you stay with Lily tonight? I need to follow up on a lead. Doris's eyes widen. Are you sure it's safe? Evelyn forces a shaky smile. I'll be careful. I have to protect us. She kisses Lily's forehead and heads out. The drive to Redwood Docks is unsettling. Rain starts to patter, turning the road slick. Her headlights cut through mist as she nears the abandoned construction site. Skeletal girders loom in the dark, half-finished buildings casting ominous shadows. Parking near a lone street lamp, Evelyn keeps the engine running. Her heart thrums. She checks the time, 59 p.m. Then a car pulls up behind her. Out steps a man in a hooded jacket. Evelyn can't make out his face. He motions for her to roll down the window. She lowers it just an inch. Who are you? She demands. The man keeps his face obscured. A friend? Or an enemy of Ariana's, depending on how you see it. The voice is somewhat familiar. Could it be one of Grant's employees? I have emails, he continues, showing Ariana orchestrated the ring stunt, forging documents to implicate you. She blackmailed Grant. She threatened to destroy his finances unless he cooperated. She's behind the shell company fiasco. But if I hand them over to you, you must promise to keep my name out of it. He slides a USB drive through the window gap. Evelyn clutches it, pulse pounding. Why the man exhales. Ariana ruined my career once. I want her exposed. I know you're the best shot at that. Then he steps back, quickly returning to his car. Evelyn tries to see his face, but the rain and darkness conspire against her. He drives off, leaving her alone, drenched in adrenaline. She glances at the USB in her hand. Could this be the game changer? A tangible weapon against Ariana's manipulations. She starts her car, mind racing. If these files are legit, she may finally bring the entire scheme into the light. Evelyn arrives home, clothes damp from the rain. Doris rushes to greet her. Everything okay? Evelyn nods, brandishing the USB. I might have the proof I need. They lock themselves in the den, hooking the device into Doris's old laptop. The screen flickers, revealing folders labeled emails, receipts, recordings. Her heart thuds as she opens an email chain. Ariana's name appears repeatedly. The messages read like a roadmap of deceit, instructions to set up shell accounts, threats to release intimate photos of Grant if he backed out, and even references to forging Evelyn's signature under POO privileges. Doris leans over her shoulder, eyes wide. This is explosive. It proves Ariana manipulated finances and blackmailed Grant. Evelyn's stomach twists. She sees lines where Ariana bragged about controlling him. Another file and audio recording. She clicks it. Ariana's voice plays, cold and calculating Grant. If your wife finds out, you'll lose her. You'll lose the board. You owe me. Don't forget the ring. Let's make a statement at that gala. Evelyn's breath catches. So Ariana planned the engagement stunt as leverage. She feels a rush of anger and relief. This not only clears her from forging finances, but also exposes Ariana as the puppet master. She shuts the laptop. I need to get this to Zoe and my lawyer. The world deserves to know who the real villain is. But a tightness grips her chest. If she shares these files publicly, the scandal intensifies. Lily, the unborn baby, even Grant, all face further media frenzy. Her phone rings Grant's number. She hesitates, then answers. His voice is frantic. Evelyn, Ariana's lost it. She's threatened to accuse me of assault if I don't deposit more money. I'm going to the police. He sounds desperate, cornered. Evelyn closes her eyes. I have evidence, she whispers. Emails and recordings implicating her in blackmail. Forgery. It can protect us, but it'll blow everything up. Grant exhales, a ragged sound. I'll handle the fallout. Please meet me at Alan's office tomorrow morning. We'll figure it out together. A part of Evelyn bristles. Together, he broke her trust. Yet, she can't deny that Ariana's malignant hold is bigger than their marital feud. "All right," she says, "but don't lie to me again." She hangs up. Doris places a hand on her shoulder. "Are you sure you want to help him?" Evelyn's eyes brim with tears. "I don't know, but this isn't just about him. I need to clear my name. And if Ariana is forging, blackmailing, she shouldn't walk free." Doris nods. "Whatever you decide, I'm with you." They hug, a brief moment of warmth amid the chaos. Upstairs, Lily stirs, calling for her mother. Evelyn gently climbs the steps, mind spinning. She finds Lily tangled in blankets, wide-eyed. "Mommy, I had a bad dream," she whimpers. Evelyn soothes her, stroking her hair. She wonders what Lily's future will hold if tomorrow's confrontation goes south. Ariana won't surrender easily. Evelyn steels herself. She's not the naive wife anymore, and she won't let fear or heartbreak stop her from protecting her children. Just before the major reversal, someone hasn't played their final card. Morning comes, cold and overcast. Evelyn drives to Alan Nichols' downtown office. Her stomach churns, partly from pregnancy nausea, partly from impending confrontation. She clutches the USB in her coat pocket, knuckles white around the steering wheel. Inside the sleek lobby, Alan greets her with a tight smile. "Grant is upstairs. We're waiting on your signal to bring in law enforcement if necessary." Evelyn nods, pulse hammering. She steps into Alan's glass-walled conference room, where Grant stands by the window, hair disheveled, eyes haunted. Grant turns. "Thank you for coming. He pauses, voice cracking. "I'm grateful. I know I don't deserve your help after everything." She sets her purse down. "Let's skip the pity. We have a crisis to handle. I've got files proving Ariana orchestrated these crimes." Alan closes the door, turning on a privacy feature that fogs the glass. "We should call Detective Hess from the Financial Crimes Unit," he suggests. "He's outside, waiting for a green light." Evelyn nods. "Yes, let's do it." Grant paces, running a hand through his hair. "I just want to be free of her. I'll accept any legal consequences for my part in this fiasco." He glances at Evelyn. "I never meant to sign your name illegally. I was desperate to expand." She swallows hard. "We'll sort that out later." Alan steps out to fetch the detective. A tension-filled minute passes. Evelyn finally meets Grant's gaze. "Can you give me a reason not to walk away from this marriage once it's done?" He grimaces. "I don't have a perfect answer. Just that I still love you. And I want to rebuild if you can ever forgive me." Tears blur her vision. But before she can respond, the door bursts open. Ariana storms in, face flushed with anger. "You really think you can cut me out?" She spots Evelyn and Grant, then notices Alan behind her with Detective Hess. Ariana's eyes flare. She steps back, scanning the room. "You set me up." Alan crosses his arms. "We have reason to believe you're involved in financial crimes." "We have evidence." Ariana laughs, an unsettling sound. "Evidence against me. You forget I have plenty of ammo of my own. Emails detailing Grant's complicity, voice recordings of your pillow talk. You think I won't drag you all down with me?" She points a manicured finger at Evelyn. "And you, the pitiful wife. If you think this exonerates you, guess again. I can produce forged documents, making it look like you partnered with me from the start." Detective Hess steps forward, showing his badge. "Ms. Caldwell, please calm down. We'd like you to come with us for questioning." Ariana's eyes flick to the USB drive in Evelyn's hand. "So that's your trump card, Evelyn steels herself. "Yes, it is. It shows your blackmail, your orchestrations. This ends here." Ariana's face contorts. She lunges for the USB, but Grant blocks her path, grabbing her wrist. "Enough," he shouts. Ariana whirls on him, rage blazing. "You betrayed me. You used me." She fights to break his hold, but Detective Hess intervenes, deftly pulling Ariana away, guiding her toward the door. "You'll regret this," Ariana hisses, pinned by Hess. "I'll ruin you all." Her voice echoes down the hallway as she's escorted out. Evelyn's knees buckle, relief and shock flooding her. Grant steadies her, tears in his eyes. It's over. He breathes, though his voice trembles. Evelyn isn't sure if it's truly over or if they've just lit the fuse on a deeper explosion. 2 weeks later, the dust begins to settle. Ariana is under investigation for extortion and fraud. Grant willingly testifies, cooperating to lighten any potential charges against him. Evelyn's name surfaces in the legal paperwork, but with the exonerating evidence, she's largely cleared of direct involvement. The tabloids seize on the story of the cunning mistress, the billionaire's downfall, and the pregnant wife's redemption. Despite the legal progress, Evelyn remains emotionally exhausted. She's moved back to the suburbs with Doris temporarily. Lily is enrolled in a nearby preschool. Every night, Evelyn receives a call or text from Grant, checking on her and the unborn baby. She's civil but guarded. The scars run deep. One crisp afternoon, Grant arrives with fresh groceries, unannounced. Doris warily lets him in. Evelyn stands by the kitchen counter, uncertain how to feel. "I wanted to help," Grant says, placing bags down. He glances at her belly, now 8 months along. "You look radiant." She thanks him quietly, though her expression stays neutral. He swallows, clearly wrestling with guilt. "I'm finalizing a plea deal. I'll pay fines, do community service. I might lose some board positions, but at least I won't go to prison." Evelyn nods, arms folded. "That's good. I'm glad you'll stay to be around for Lily and the baby." Grant looks at her hopefully. "What about us?" She releases a long breath. "I don't have an answer, but I need honesty, time, and proof you've changed, that you're not chasing illusions anymore." He nods. "I'll give you all three." They stand in silence, the weight of past betrayals hanging between them. Finally, Doris clears her throat from the hallway. "Evelyn, dear, you have a visitor. Zoe." Zoe steps in, waving a manila envelope. "Investigations discovered more accounts in Ariana's name. She's in deeper trouble. Looks like your cooperation sealed the case." Evelyn manages a relieved smile. "Thank you, Zoe. It's good to have real friends." Grant thanks Zoe as well, though with subdued relief. He's aware that no matter how the legal chips fall, he still has a personal mountain to climb if he hopes to restore any semblance of trust with Evelyn. Zoe beams. "I'm glad to see you holding up. Take care of yourself, especially with the baby coming soon." With that, she leaves. Grant moves closer to Evelyn. "If you need anything, money, a place, medical bills, please let me help." She gives a small nod. "We'll discuss it responsibly. No secrets." Outside, late afternoon sunlight filters through the windows, casting warm rays across the living room. Lily bounds in, giggling, oblivious to the complicated adult world. She sees her father and runs to him, arms outstretched. Grant lifts her gently, burying his face in her hair. Evelyn feels a pang. She longs for normalcy but can't ignore what happened. Moments later, Lily tugs Grant's sleeve. "Daddy, will you come home soon?" Evelyn's throat tightens. Grant glances at her, eyes brimming. "We'll see, sweetheart. One step at a time." There's a softness in his voice, a humility she hasn't witnessed in years. She watches them, heart wavering between love and caution. The immediate villain, Ariana, has fallen alone. But the path to healing is unclear. Evelyn steps forward, resting a hand on Lily's back, the other cradling her unborn baby. Maybe there's a chance for peace. It won't be an easy journey, but for the first time, she feels the faint glimmer of hope. 4 weeks slip by. Evelyn nears her due date. She tentatively allows Grant to attend doctor visits, learning about breathing exercises, infant care, the usual pre-birth routines. He's attentive, always offering to drive her, to carry her bags, to handle insurance forms. She sees genuine remorse and an eagerness to make amends. Meanwhile, Ariana's trial date looms. Media coverage quieted after her initial arrest, but the tabloids wait to pounce on any new detail. Evelyn focuses on preparing for motherhood again, decorating a soft, neutral nursery at Doris's home. Lily helps choose plush toys, skipping through the halls in bright pajamas. Late one evening, Evelyn feels the first contractions. By dawn, she's in the hospital. Grant rushes to her side, gripping her hand through the pain. Doris stands nearby, comforting Lily in the waiting room. After hours of intense labor, Evelyn gives birth to a healthy baby boy. His cries loud and insistent. Tears flood Grant's eyes as he gently holds his son. Evelyn watches father and child, emotions swirling, love, exhaustion, heartbreak, and relief. She wants to shield this baby from all the ugliness that preceded his arrival. Grant kisses her forehead, whispering, "Thank you for letting me be here. I promise I'll do right by him, by both of you." For a moment, everything feels soft and triumphant. The nurse smiles, wrapping the baby in a blue blanket. Lily peeks in, wide-eyed with wonder at her baby brother. Doris quietly snaps a photo. It looks like a scene from a fresh start. But life isn't a fairy tale. The final discharge day arrives. Evelyn is sore and tired, but the baby is healthy. Grant drives them back to Doris's house, carefully cradling the infant seat. As they settle in, his phone buzzes. He glances at it and pales. "What's wrong?" Evelyn asks warily. Grant hesitates. It's from a blocked number, a voice memo. He hits play. Ariana's voice, recorded from jail, echoes in the living room. "Don't get too comfortable. Grant, you think you've beaten me? There's more you don't know." Check. So Augustine Medical Center. Start with the maternity wing. Let's see if your wife can handle the truth. A chill grips the air. Evelyn's heart pounds. What is she talking about, she demands. Grant's face twists in confusion and dread. I don't know." They replay the message. "St. Augustine, that's across the state." Doris muses. Evelyn's pulse thunders. Another child. A hidden fling. She can't be sure, but it feels like a ticking bomb. Grant stands, trembling. "I swear I have no idea. She's probably bluffing." Evelyn's eyes fill with tears, anger fueling her postpartum exhaustion. "Don't lie to me. Grant, if there's even a chance you fathered another child, you better tell me now." He shakes his head violently. "Never. Not that I know of." The baby starts crying, sensing the tension. Doris picks him up to soothe him. Lily clutches Evelyn's leg, frightened. Evelyn stares at Grant, mind spinning. She's just had a baby, confronted a mistress, nearly faced legal ruin. Now this threat from Ariana suggests another monstrous secret. The fragile sense of closure shatters. In that charged moment, she realizes everything could unravel again. If Ariana's cryptic message holds truth, Evelyn might be plunged into a deeper betrayal. The final line resonates, a haunting question. Ever stayed silent when it cost you everything? The screen fades on Grant's stricken face, Evelyn's silent tears, and Ariana's ghostly message reverberating in their minds. The audience is left with a jarring open loop.